Hamilton Mayor Fred Eisenberger joins us with an update on all things Hamilton. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Family Day.
Yeah, have a happy Family Day to you and everyone else out there. You got the short straw apparently. You're in on Family Day.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's the usual thing. I'm with my work family.
There you go.
Yeah. So the Ontario government moving ahead with plans to expand part of Highway 6 in Hamilton. The airport is becoming quite the economic hub, isn't it? How important is this expansion?
Yeah, very important. Access to the airport obviously is critical to getting the vehicles in and out. There's a lot of movement of goods. So cargo, it's the single largest cargo airport in the country. Actually, through the pandemic, they moved a lot of product through the airport, both when the vaccines were starting off early on and protective equipment. So we have been vital to helping with the pandemic through the cargo access, and certainly having good road access to that airport is going to be critical in the future. So it's a very positive investment indeed.
Yeah, Cargo Jet certainly does a lot of business there, but Amazon, big player, and that's only going to grow, isn't it?
There's Amazon, 1 million square feet. Yes, you can imagine that the online economy is growing fast and furious, and everyone's trying to take advantage of that. There are more facilities like it actually on the drawing books or actually being built. So many more employment opportunities, and that's a good thing for our city as well. I think Amazon is in the 2,000 or 3,000 employee base number. So not only does it move a lot of goods, but employs a lot of people. And so those are very positive employment opportunities for us, and that continues to grow in and around the airport.
Yeah. So what's the timeline for the expansion?
I think it was 2026. I think they were targeting, so it's going to take a few years to get in place. But if they can start soon after the election, if this government is reelected, then I assume that they're going to follow through. And 2028 would be or 2026, I should say, should be the logical timeline to getting that completed. Okay.
Now the federal government announced plans to introduce legislation to invest up to $750 million to support municipalities facing transit operating shortfalls, but the funding is conditional from other levels of government, including, in your case, the City of Hamilton. So what is the contribution that you have to match?
Well, fortunately, we don't have to match. So the contribution is actually a requirement of the province of Ontario to match, not unlike what happened the last two rounds. So in 2020 and 2021, they provided offsetting costs for PPE and all the COVID-related as well as transit. And the requirement is that the federal government will put up the money if the province matches that money.
Okay, so it's just between the two levels.
They get a benefit.
Okay. ArcelorMittal, and again, speaking of investments, $500 million to a greener steelmaking process. This is, well, you call it transformative as far as investments go.
It is huge from a steel making perspective. They're marching towards carbon neutral steel, which is basically no carbon or fossil fuel emitting facilities used to make the steel. But for our community, it's a huge win in terms of air quality and climate change. And so the real massive benefit is if they can get this arc furnace in place and stop using those coal tar furnaces, then our air quality is going to improve significantly, and the climate change benefits in our local community is going to increase as well. So it's a really big investment, and I think it's the kind of model going forward in terms of how we're going to deal with climate change, where multiple levels of government and the private sector come together to make for the kind of change that's going to be necessary if we're going to kill this or slow down this climate change impact.
Yeah, so this is a massive cut in pollution, so obvious benefits for climate change. But yeah, with the green economy coming, this has to be a great business model as well for emerging markets.
Super quality steel. I think car manufacturers and appliance manufacturers are going to be looking for carbon neutral steel that's produced without fossil fuels or without coal or without gas. And so this is a step in that direction, and they're on the leading edge of this kind of a product, and that certainly will probably get them a premium price for their steel, but also have a premium demand, which means that the employment locally here is solid. Some 4,500 people are still working at ArcelorMittal Fasco today, and I think as a result of this investment, not only are we going to have that, but we're going to have about 3,000 individuals helping to build the infrastructure to actually put this into place. So another great employment opportunity as well as environmental and steel benefit.
Yeah, good news all the way around. Well, the bad news is they're telling me we're out of time, so you can get back to your family day.
And you know what, having a great family day. Hopefully everyone's able to connect with family. So have a great day. Thanks for having me on.
You too. Thanks for joining us.
All the best.